We're very subdued today.
We're mellow. We're mellow.
Mellow. We're on our way to Leeds for a show on Saturday night. We've got
Jay's in the back.
Jay Henry in the back.
Say hi, Jay.
And Mrs. Henry in the back. We've only brought her along so she can do the cooking later.
And there's another man. I think this is episode 11. Or is it 12?
I think it's 12, but you might be right. You might be right.
It's either episode 11 or episode 12 of the Conversations with the Children's Michael.
And we were very excited when we started this, and as you can tell, as the tour's gone on, we've got quieter and quieter.
We might be more excited again. You just never know. We're just having a mellow moment.
I
just wanted to talk about Lisa Moorish. We wanted to get an interview with her, but we didn't get around to doing it. So I wanted to sort of elaborate on when we first met her, to ask her to do the actual
show.
Yeah, the show, which I thought was a really good idea of yours, Shelley. Because we didn't know the story about how she met George and how it came about and how that single came about. But just to clarify, because there's some people that might not know, do you want to tell them the story of how Lisa... and then I'll tell you my story
after. If any of you guys saw the 25 Live tour, George did a version of I'm Your Man, and it was a really funky version which I'd never heard before, and I didn't realise that it was something that someone else had recorded, and then when I found out who it was a friend of ours, Lisa. I was like, hang on a minute, we've got to get Lisa to come on and tell this story on the show. So she was basically in Sound Studios, and she was recording an album, and she wanted to do a cover, and then she said, oh, hang on a minute, why don't we do like a Wham cover? And everyone was like, what? And she said, yeah, let's do it. And then one of the T-boys said, you know George Michael's in here, right? And she was like, you're kidding. And he went, I'm going to play it to George. And she was like, oh, okay, I can't be here. So she rushed out of the studio, and he played it to George, and he was like, oh, this is really good. And then the producer, Johnny Douglas, who we've worked with, who in fact had not worked with George before, so that was another connection.
Do you think that's how he started then?
Of course it was
with George, because of that.
Because of that,
right?
Yeah, but that's amazing, isn't it?
That is amazing. Connection. And I think we'll talk to Johnny.
We should.
We should, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. So Johnny then asked. No, George said he liked it, and then he said, "Oh, do you fancy singing some background vocals?" And he went, "Actually, yeah, I will." But then when he did the BVs, then, which is typical George, once he's sung on something, then he wants to sing it all. So then he said, "Oh, do you know what? I'll sing a verse as well." So Lisa ends up doing a duet with George. I mean, that is just mad. Unfortunately, they couldn't put his name on the record at the time because I think he was having the thing with Sony, wasn't it?
That's right.
So, it did reasonably well, but I think it didn't come out as a duet. It wasn't like Lisa Moorish and George Michael. It was a Lisa Moorish track. I mean, it was evident that George was on it, and if you listen to it, you know it's George, but it wasn't kind of promoted like that, so... Yeah.
It's such a great story, but so when we first met Lisa, we met her at this amazing place called The Sanctum in... where is it? That's in Warwick Street.
It's a great...
It's such a great place.
It's like a hotel, like a really lovely boutique hotel. It's got a great restaurant and everything, and we know the guy that owns it. They're really lovely, aren't they?
Yeah. So we met Lisa there just to talk about her being in the show, and she's actually more of a friend of yours because she's not a friend of mine, as in the sense that
she is now.
Well, she is now, but I didn't actually realise that until I'd met her that there was one particular. I went to the Oasis concert with George. Okay,
I'll have it on you.
I went to the Oasis concert with George, and we had such a great time. It was such an amazing time. And after the show, after Oasis show, he was like, "Come on, Joe, we're all going back to Nellie Hooper's house." And Nellie Hooper was this really famous producer. I know I'm going to be seriously name dropping in a minute, but I was completely starstruck and overwhelmed, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why. So he said, "We're going to go back to Nellie Hooper's house. He's having a big party there," and he was going out with Clang, Naomi Campbell at the time, so she was there. Anyway, so he said, "Come on, we're going to go and get on this coach." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I was like, got pulled along with George. Got on this coach, and I literally got on the coach, and there was like Yasmin and Simon Le Bon to one side. Go on, Clang.
I'm going to be doing that a lot.
I know. There was Bob Geldof and Paulie Yates on one side. Bono. There was. I was literally, as I was walking down this coach. Then there was Robbie. Then there was Jason Donovan. There was. I was literally. This whole coach was full of like famous people.
So everyone had been to see what show?
Everyone had been to see Oasis.
Oh, Oasis.
So I didn't. You know, it was just. I don't think I've ever been so starstruck, as you can imagine.
So
unbeknownst to me, Lisa Moorish was on that same coach. I didn't know at the time, but that's when we first met her at the hotel in Sanctum. She was saying, "Oh God, must tell you about this party that I went to after the Oasis concert." And I was like, "Oh my God, were you there?" She's like,
and
"Yeah, I was
she said
there."
She was super, like all of those people that were there. But she said she was so starstruck like after she saw George, and she like couldn't look at him. But after the gig, she'd had a few drinks, and then she went to George. "Oh, come on, get on the coach with us."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So Lisa was on the on that coach as well. So it was just like one of those moments. But I'll never forget. I went